Hello everyone, Teacher here, welcome back to another video. Today I want to take a look at the Dunland squad because there was some curiosity in my mind and they're pretty interesting, and we're also gonna be talking a little bit about some other shadow characters that they might go along with. So if you're ready, let's take a closer look. So as you all know everyone, I'm farming my Dunland squad at the moment, and I just wanted to show you how they are actually looking because Dunland is pretty interesting. Talking about them with the guild because they are probably a squad we will see alongside Fellowship, getting more characters when we do get characters, because yeah, let's face it, we will get characters. Otherwise I'm proven wrong, but we will get characters. So let's go through Wixa first actually. Here you gain Blood Frenzy. If the target has bleed, you gain an additional stack of Blood Frenzy. And if you do crit, so that's 3 stacks. And Blood Frenzy, we'll go over that in Areda's kit, who will be the next one. But it basically gives you more life, etc. Here, you can inflict 2 stacks of bleed at 2 duration, and you gain 2 stacks of counter attacks. So that means you, through that, if you were attacked, have higher chance of making more Blood Frenzy through your basic. So, and 3 turn cooldown for 2 duration, 2 stacks bleeds, actually not that bad. Pillage, attack the target enemy 2 times for 90% damage and an additional 5% damage per blood stack if the character has 10 stacks. So we see they can do like there's a way to get stacks quite fast. Then you also ignore target armor by 70%. So this is actually pretty good for a single target, Balrog and the Cave Troll. And here you gain even more damage per blood stack, so that's like 10%, so that's pretty good. Passive, you gain crit chance, crit damage. So let's say you go up to 10 here. So that's 15, 25, so not bad. And with some stuff, different ways, then let's say you have a decent set of lifts, then you could probably get to 40-50% without trying too hard. And if you go full lift for that exactly, then you might actually get even higher. So speed 145 is actually pretty good. And again, yeah, there's a 10% crit chance, so you could probably get up there to 50-60, and then if you could grant deadly, even better. Now, I'm gonna show you them on LoTR.gg, but we'll just, oh yeah, very quickly, as you can see here, I am probably around, I'm around 50 shards away from a 6-star. Now, let's go over Alreda, and really quickly, let's do this first. 150 speed is actually pretty good. Blood Bonds. When an enemy or shadow squad member dies, all Dunlanding squad members gain 1 stack of Blood Frenzy. Dunland squad members gain 20% lifesteal, so that's actually pretty massive. And you gain more focus. This is also pretty nice. And then you gain lifesteal and more focus, and you can have at most 10 stacks, so that's 15% focus. And you can get 40% and then 50% through the Blood Frenzy. So 50% lifesteal. Now, that's actually lifesteal that I would imagine you can feel. Here, basic grant 1 stack of Blood Frenzy to all Dunlanding allies. That's pretty nice. Exposed, 2 turn duration, and pretty nice damage. Let's see, 240, 330. That's actually pretty nice. Inflict blind for 1 turn on target enemy and reduce their turn meter by 1% on block of Blood Frenzy on self. If 10 stacks, or the bird in the garden, inflict blind for 1 turn on 2 additional random enemies, that could actually be Cave Troll and 2 summons. Lose all stacks of Blood Frenzy. Oh yeah, you reduce turn meter even more. Like you can see here, so 15% turn meter reduction, and then it will be 30% through a full stack of Blood Frenzy. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, 3%. So that's 45% reduction. Pretty nice. When attacking an enemy with a Bane, gain 1 stack of Blood Frenzy. So here you can actually generate a lot because Dunland allies also attacking with Banes. If you pair them with Isengard, you also gain Blood Frenzy. So Dunland and Isengard will work well together. That's also why I think when we do get a Saruman at some point in this game, he will be working with both of them. So let's actually go over to LoTR.gg just to show you guys something. We're actually going to start off with Alreda. Very high focus and resistance actually, 2600. And let's say we were at, okay, that was at fully maxed. Let's just go gear 9 then. Okay, 2400, so more along the lines, but still, if we go ahead and say Shadow, and let's go ahead and find her, Robel, still 200 more. Now, again, Robel do grant 25% focus to all Haradrim. Wow, brain freeze today. So there is that, but down the line you almost end up with the same. Like, and Haradrim, we know they are a bit weak, but here they are pretty good. And that's also some of the people I've been thinking about pairing them with because at the moment, if you don't get new characters for the Dunland and you would want them to work, then you would need heal and cleanse. Sebeb and Bekalu offers that, so you could do that in there. And then we have Edric here. Attack target enemy, so that's just a basic. Here you gain provoke and regen, so you can actually taunt. That's pretty nice. I guess you could even then do a mix of Haradrim with a few people here and there from Dunland, or the Dunland faction as they are called. Whoops, yeah, and you gain regen, so 2 provoke stacks, you can swap some marks around, free turn cooldown, grant might to self and allies. So again, this is pretty nice because it's not just Dunland, so you could actually grant might to everyone, and you also gain turn meter. And at most you could gain 30%, but still might and 30%, that's pretty good. I would say that's similar to someone like Euthane, who also grants a lot of turn meter. Here, when an ally is attacked, 50% chance to gain 1 stack of Blood Frenzy. If it's Dunland or Isengard, chance is doubled. So here you can gain turn meter, you gain block chance, 20% block is actually pretty nice, and you can gain more from Blood Frenzy, so that's 30%. And you gain turn meter when someone else is attacked, so that's pretty good. And his stats also okay, above 140, so let's just go over here again. Edric, armor pretty okay, health above 40k. So yeah, I would say let's just try to do Robel at, okay, she is actually gear 10. Wow. Okay, so you gain 600 armor more. You do lose some damage, but same focus and resistance. More health. Here you have almost no armor, so that's pretty interesting. Here also pretty low. So these members could actually be a really, really interesting hybrid team if you were to build them. Again, I'm not farming Edric because I don't want to farm a guild chapter 1 that I don't need at the moment. And where are we with Alreda? We are almost halfway to a 6-star, so I'm farming them nice and slowly. So that's it. Oh, also, by the way, if you're wondering why glasses and no wax in the hair, it's just because it's lazy Sunday. So that's it. And yes, that is Bandit. You can see over here. And if you saw him moving before, that was because he was fighting with his sister. So now, who would I pair them with? Well, there's a different kind of options. So let's just go through the Shadow. Obviously, Tibeb and Bekalu would be really, really nice. because here you would actually have Cleanse 2 Banes, Concentration, and Deadly would be pretty good. Now, I wouldn't say this team is better than a full Haradrim on the Cave Troll, so there is that issue. And I would also pair with Tebeb, but they are faster, and maybe you could do some of them, because Might does call an assist, so maybe if you had Edric really built up, you could maybe use him also to swap the provokes around in a few different chapters. You never know. I'm thinking chapter 1. Chapter 1, the worst chapter for me. Like, the increase from difficulty 3 to 4 is just so massive, and the RNG with Skull Crushers, it's not fun. Heal and haste. Again, more cleansing would be really, really good, and fortitude as well. Also, on the Haradrim node, just a quick, as you can see here, my Yeftu is almost done. Now, if I were to do this, it would be for the stamina here, but you only really need this in a specific phase. Like, Weaken is so much better for the Cave Troll, and here it's okay. Like, the Balrog you cannot inflict when it's in the different forms, so yeah. I would do it for the damage, but I just want this to actually dispel 2 boons, would be really, really nice everywhere. So, Haradrim coming along really nicely. I'm working on them at the moment. Now, if we were to pair them with something else, I'm thinking Isengard, obviously. Then you could do Ugluk for more tank. Also, he does have a blind. He can inflict the disable. You gain Mauher as a summon. Like, they will be in the top 10. I'm working on it. They will be in the top 10 of Shadow. They will actually be pretty high because of their kits overall. And also the fact that you can inflict weak-minded. So that would be pretty nice on the Cave Troll. So the sad part is Isengard do really well on their own. And that's sad because Dunland would otherwise offer some viability by swapping them in. But there is that. Now, what else if we're looking outside of Haradrim and the Dunland squad? You could go with Gruha the Brute because you could dispel boons, you could inflict expose, daze, and you gain more might. So you could do Gruha the Brute and probably Nuraz. I clicked wrong there, but technically you could do Nuraz as well because then you get cleanse and you gain some defensive. You don't get everything cleansed. Here you have a way to get another summon out. You can inflict weaken, also pretty nice. So maybe there is something there for them. Otherwise, I would say if I want new characters for them, what I would really need is a really, really good support, a true supporter. And I would expect that to be there if you throw it out as a marquee character. And what else would I want? An additional tank, maybe? I think that's probably what I would go with. A true supporter, or at least a very good cleanser, because of and then a little bit healer, like. But something that can cleanse is definitely what they would need, and then maybe a tank. So, also, just as we are rounding off, my goblins slowly coming along. Goldberts will be probably 7 stars within a week. We are opening up in roughly 90 minutes, chapter 2. I'll see what these guys can get done. I'll do them on difficulty 3 just to see how far they can get, because there is some bleed, so maybe that can help me on the different locations. Like, maybe I can do better than my Gondor Ranger squad in there. Also because I do have the summon. So, and there's always inflict bleed here. And the good thing is, like, okay, gear 6, not the greatest. I would have Had they been gear 8, I would feel more confident, but yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. And yeah, just like I said, Dunland, really interesting squad, and I farm purple chalk here and opals here, which dwarves need. Gandalf needs them as well, so yeah, for me, I believe Wixa is a good way to farm, and also just to build out my roster, go wide, so let me know, what do you think about the Dunlands, and what would you like Dunlands to receive as 2 new characters? What would you really prioritize in the kits for those? Let me know in the comments down below, and see you all next video.